All right, the Detroit Lions have a new surprising challenge that I don't think we're really thinking about. So we're going to go through that in this video. And here it is. It's really two things. But before we get into that, Lions now have won 14 games, undefeated on the road. Let me know. I mean, this is obviously one of the most special seasons ever in the history of the Detroit Lions. Let me know how long you've been a fan. When was that first year you remember really kind of watching the team? Maybe it's the last couple of years. Maybe it's since the 80s, 70s. Let me know in the comments. For me, it's just basically when I was a kid, since I can remember watching them. So early 90s for me. So, okay, here it is. First thing I think we've got to remember is that as we look at this, we'll get to the injury report in just a second, but when you look at the key players to watch, Justin Jefferson, remember, we are without Carlton Davis. So here's two challenges that we have. Justin Jefferson, Carlton Davis did as well as he could have in that first matchup. Now does it go to Terrion Arnold? Do you trust Amik Robertson on him? Who do you trust to take Justin Jefferson? Because we know what we like to do. We want to play man coverage right up in your face. That's very difficult to do against Justin Jefferson. So how are we going to play that? That's number one. The second thing, as we continue to kind of look at this article is, hold on one second. Yeah, as we look at this article, it doesn't show it. Here's the moral of the story. The Vikings have no injuries to note. And Kevin O'Connell, even in his press conference, was asked, man, you really haven't beat the Lions in a while. What's up? And he's like, yeah, they're a great team, blah, blah, blah. But then he just slightly added in there. He's like, but, we just haven't been at full strength in the past. And it's like, okay. All right, here we go. You put it out there. So if we beat you this time, then there's literally no excuses. Obviously, we are not at full strength. And the linebacker position is just the spot that is so rough. So unexpected challenge number one is like, oh yeah, forgot. We don't have our corner, Carlton Davis, our number one corner to go against Justin Jefferson. Number two, Vikings are fully healthy. Even Aaron Jones is listed as questionable, but he's good to go. He was banged up last time we played, ends up playing, scoring, so we got to stop the run game. They've got all their weapons. Another one is TJ Hockenson. TJ Hockenson we didn't see in the first matchup. That's a big deal because of our linebackers again. So it's like, man, the linebackers is interesting because we came out of San Francisco. Jalen Reeves-Maybin came back, but we're like, man, I wonder can we get Anzalone back? Doesn't look like he's going to be back for this game, which is fine. Again, if we can get the bye, this game's huge because if we get the bye, then I think he can be back for those games in a couple weeks. Perfect. But he won't be back for this one. Penei Sewell injured his thumb. Oh, geez. Seems to be fine. Should be good to go. No worries there. He is playing. So we dodged the major bullet of injuries, and here we go on to the next one. Now, before we go any further, just look at this. Just let this sink in. Is the Lions won more games this year alone under Dan Campbell than they did in the Matt Patricia's entire tenure. That was so rough. Remember, he's trading away all of our players. No one likes him. It's COVID. No one's in the stands. He had that look on his face like this, like constantly as we were just getting scored on. And it's like, dude, it was just trying to be cute, trying to come up with these great defensive plays. It just, brutal. Thank you, Dan. Okay. Couple other things that's really crazy is that I saw this headline. The Detroit Lions have 19 players finish in the top 5 in fan voting. So Pro Bowl, I don't even know how it works anymore. There's fan voting. There's, it's just more of let's just go have fun at the end of the season, do like Pro Bowl games and all that stuff. But it's more recognizing, hey, these are the best players. Lions have 19 players. That doesn't even count all the players that are injured. Or maybe it does. I don't even know. 19 players. There's 22 players. There's 11 on offense, 11 on defense. So just a fun little thing there. More to come on that, but it just shows, again, another stat to show how far we've come. 8-0 on the road this year. The stats that you see on TV, I think we've scored five times. We scored 40 points in a game, but without any turnovers, 5-0 in those games, of course. So there's so many stats that keep coming out from the Lions. It's just like, let's go. So, okay, let's take a look at one other thing that I think is really important from this game last week as we move into this week is kind of stock up, stock down. Kirby Joseph, huge. And this is what we have to be defensively. Got to manage the red zone and got to get some takeaways. We are going to give up yards. Justin Jefferson is going to catch a lot of balls and run around on us, and it's going to be like, oh, it's going to be painful. But we got to hold him to field goals, just like we did the Rams playoff game. Hold him to field goals and get a turnover. An offense, keep doing your thing. Don't turn the ball over. Stock down, Jalen Reeves-Maybin. Yeah, I mean, it's fine. He's, he was out for 2 months. But it's to the whole point of linebackers. We have Jack Campbell, who's just playing his heart out. But he's like, dude, you got to play a perfect game, and you got no one else to help you. That's just fun, right? So it's like, it's nobody's fault. It's not the scheme. It's not, we didn't draft, we didn't find anyone for that position. Like, that's the thing about this. It's nobody's fault. It just is what it is. We have injuries at the linebacker position so bad, and defensive line. Graham Glasgow, man, love seeing what he did. He played great, and it's just great to see him back out there. Terrion Arnold, and this is what I'm talking about with Justin Jefferson. It's just like, boy, I just don't know who's going to cover him. Again, keep him generally in front of you, tackle him, and stop him in the red zone. That's it. Sam Laporta, what a stud. Dude just loves playing, just doesn't care. Give me 6 receptions, give me 1, give me 2, give me a touchdown, I'll block. Star player, just a complete star player. Jared Goff, Jahmyr Gibbs, you kidding me? Like, Jared Goff's playing at a level. I mean, again, he's got stats out there that keep popping up on the screen where it's just like comparing him to Tom Brady and Peyton Manning, and it's just like, well, what? That's our quarterback. That's our quarterback. And then, of course, Jahmyr Gibbs. Come on, what do you say about him? This is just like, what do you say about Jahmyr Gibbs that other players around the league, everyone's just taking note. This dude's just explosive, dynamic player. And he's big. Contact balance. He's got it all. This is one of the most unique running backs we've ever seen, with his combination of speed, size, contact balance, vision inside of this offense. It's incredible. So let me know your thoughts in the comments, and we'll see all of you on the next one.